Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is facing new challenges on his home turf, even as IDF rescued 4 hostages from Gaza. All eyes are on who will Netanyahu get on board after Benny Gantz says resignation from the war cabinet. Also, with Blinken in town, will pressure be put on Hamas to accept Biden's peace deal for Gaza? WION's Jodi Cowan put forth these questions to retired Colonel Miri Eisin, who is the head of the Institute for Counterterrorism and former advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Watch.
Colonel Eisin, thank you for speaking with WION. Now, Benny Gantz has resigned from the coalition government, and with it, Prime Minister Netanyahu is expected to make a new appointment or appointments to the war cabinet. Who do you think he will appoint?
First and foremost, he's going to try and make Benny Gantz come back into the cabinet. He has more interest in his being in than in bringing in different people from his party. Second thing he's going to try and do is to guilt Lieberman into doing that. I don't think at this stage that Avigdor Lieberman or Benny Gantz will come into the cabinet itself. At this stage, it becomes politics. Who do you need on your side? And in that sense, I expect him to take the people who are his very faithful ministers to be the ones that he'll bring into the cabinet.
So, for example, Itamar Ben-Gvir has already said that he wants a seat on the cabinet. Do you expect that to happen?
I think that's going to be the biggest dilemma for Prime Minister Netanyahu right now, because Itamar Ben-Gvir is not from his party. Itamar Ben-Gvir is not his ideas. We want to be clear, that isn't what Netanyahu wants. Can he afford to not bring him in? I don't think that Itamar Ben-Gvir will leave the government if he's not in the war cabinet. So it's going to be a little bit of playing it on the edge. I think that Netanyahu is a better politician.
What do you think the impact will be on all these changes to the war cabinet, on the hostage truce talks that are going on behind the scenes?
Minister Gantz was perceived as being one of the more, I don't think of it as a moderate voice, but one who was willing to do the kind of compromise, not an easy one, which meant that in exchange for getting back live hostages, to allow out a large number of Palestinian terrorists from Israeli jails. His leaving means that a voice like that is not there. There are going to be more voices that are going to say, you can't pay the price. If you don't pay the price, Hamas is not going to let them out. And in that sense, I wonder if that means that the life of those live hostages is something which is that much further away right now.
Antony Blinken has just been saying in Egypt that he's saying that countries should call on Hamas to agree to this deal, saying that Israel has accepted this proposal. Do you see Hamas agreeing to the deal?
Not because Egypt says them to do so, not even if Qatar says to do so. It would have to be combined pressure of both Egypt and Qatar and Turkey, all of the countries that so openly support Hamas, by the way, Iran, let alone different European countries right now. As long as Hamas feels empowered, because their horrific actions have brought about more recognition than Palestine ever got, why would Hamas compromise? And that's a real challenge that we have right now.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.